All right, Chris, you're a numbers guy. Talk to me about the strategy here. I mean, it's almost certain to me. I think you'd have to be naive to think that the Biden people at least, did not get on the phone with Amy Klobuchar and with Pete Buttigieg and say, listen, you got to drop out and I'll place you high in the administration if I win.
Oh yeah, they're giving out positions left and right, but I don't know that it was necessarily Biden because he's been asleep a lot since South Carolina, I'm sure. But it's the Democratic establishment. I mean, they are very clearly rallying behind Biden. They're doing everything they can to keep Bernie Sanders from being the nominee. And I think getting Klobuchar and Buttigieg to drop out, Klobuchar is already endorsed for all intents and purposes. She's going to do it publicly. Buttigieg most likely endorses. You've seen other Democrat establishment members like Tim Kaine, Harry Reid all come around to endorse, and all that's definitely going to have the effect of helping Biden because I think the momentum coming out of South Carolina, it's a little bit slower to gather steam because it was a Saturday election rolling into a Tuesday election. There's not as much time for them to do things with it. I'll tell you the other interesting thing that I don't hear anyone talking about regarding Super Tuesday. And as you know, I worked for Senator Cruz in 2016, and we had this. We had a lot of momentum. We rolled into Arizona, and 40% of the votes had already been cast.
Yeah.
And of those, Marco Rubio had received a pretty significant portion of, but he had dropped out after Florida. So Rubio took enough votes away from Senator Cruz that allowed the state to go for Donald Trump. And I think you're going to see that situation in two states in particular. I'll tell you, be interesting to watch are Texas and California, where you've had 1.5 million Democrats vote, 700,000 independents vote. And so any of those votes that went for a Klobuchar, a Steyer, I'm sure there's like 5 or 6 that vote for him, and a Buttigieg, it's like there's nothing. Those votes are kind of irrelevant. And almost, I shouldn't say every one of them, but almost all of those would have gone to Joe Biden. So I think his challenge here is trying to turn that momentum into something tangible for Super Tuesday, because if Biden comes out, or I'm sorry, if Sanders comes out of Super Tuesday with a big lead, it becomes real problematic. And in fact, you could see it could be a large enough lead that it is impossible for Biden to actually catch before the convention. Now, he could do very well. I think the endorsements, his South Carolina victory, put him in a real nice place to do well in coming states after this Tuesday. But it could be so far behind that it still pushes it to where we're at no choice but for to go to a convention. And that's what's going to be real interesting for those of us who are on the other side to sit back and just watch. Because
Oh
we haven't
yeah,
had
I
one
mean,
in a long
I'm
time.
not gonna lie, I would not hate to see a contested convention because that's gonna be contentious, a contentious convention.
Right.